everybody, welcome back to Skyway Classics YouTube channel. We're now going for a ride in our 1966 Ford Thunderbird, or T-Bird for short, convertible. As you can see, we have a lot of these T-Birds on our lot. Very hard to come by, especially with these kinds of designs. But of course, with this quality, you have seen the evolution over the last 10 years, going from small to a better sized vehicle. Me being 6'2", this is definitely a much improvement over the 56, 55 T-Birds. But however, going to the one we have here featuring that jolly red exterior along with the white power top. And I will say again, it is a white power top, not a manual top. Perfect kind of car for that time of the year, folks, especially being towards Christmas. This is the kind of gift you want to get your husband or wife. Looking into a little bit more, having the appropriate style hubcaps, as well as the cool and one-of-a-kind cop-style lamps, which on both sides back in the day, these were very fun to have, especially when you rode by somebody, you wanted to surprise them. This was definitely the way to do it. But of course, looking at its design, you can even see the turn signals on the front fenders. Truly one of my favorite parts about the Ford Thunderbird, besides the fact that it has that luggage crate, as well as a spare tire in the back for emergencies. But as we move on to the inside, you can see we have that full-on white interior. First thing you're going to question is, where is the back seat? But fun fact indeed, this is just a cover and you can fit 4 people, maybe even 5 in there. Maybe 6 or 7 if you get the brain rot joke there. But other than that, it is an automatic on the column, having the appropriate style gauges. As you can see, our speedometer is working. Very cool how they designed that little, I don't even know how you would actually call that. But of course, looking across the dash, you have the appropriate style AM, FM radio. You have your heater controls, automatic windows, which is another plus of this function, as well as the vent windows, which are manual. One of the only manual parts about the car, but of course, a plus to have, especially if you didn't have AC. But other than that, the Ford Thunderbird was definitely a car made of metal, not like the plastic Teslas or any of that junk you drive today. As well as we move on to the engine bay, you can see it has a 390 underneath the hood. Very presentable how they made the engine bay the exact colors of the car, mixing it with a little bit of chrome on the valve covers, air cleaner, and even that front little pan above the radiator. But of course, it handles and actually drives very well. I opened it up a little bit right now, as well as we can test the brakes. Brakes are actually pretty strong, and of course, being a full floor car, this thing is solid all the way around. But of course, we want to prove it to you, so now we're just going to get it up on the lift. But if you do have a moment, please stay tuned with us.